Good morning. It is Tuesday and I have to leave in about 7 minutes to get a train to get my booster vaccine, but it's Storm Barra. I've been checking and I'm pretty sure the trains are still running. They were the last time I checked. I'm having all manner of decisions now whether to take the big camera or not, but it's absolutely peeing down with rain. I talked myself out of it, and then I envisaged a lovely close-up shot of a really swollen up river, and I just had to grab it. I'll put it in a plastic bag. It's not a straightforward thing for me to leave the house. Look, we've got 3, but that one's waterproof. Yay, got the train on time, turned into a little bit of a jog up the ramp at the end. I hate that, because then you've got to put the mask on and you're like, like that. Not that nice, but never mind, got to do what we got to do, haven't we? Pretty quiet on here at the moment. I think there's about 3 other people on this whole carriage. One extraordinary thing I noticed on the way here is there's loads of green leaves all over the floor and like stuck in puddles, which suggests to me that it has been a bit windy because they didn't look as if they were ready to be blown off the tree yet, but they have been. But I'm not too wet. That's the umbrella I've got because I've left my more robust one at my boyfriend's house by mistake. Okay, it's wet. So I decided to get off the stop before the vaccine centre. I was going to get off the one after because I thought that might have been quicker, and then I was sitting on the train. I thought, I really don't know. I think it's about the same. So I just got off this one. I know the way this way. I didn't know the way the other way, but I kind of would have probably been able to suss it out. So I remembered 3 cameras, but I didn't remember my vaccine card, did I? I will have 3 because I did that last time as well. They just did me another one and said, well, kind of staple them together, so I'm gonna have 3 now. But I've got my passport. As they said, bring a form of ID, because this was not done by a letter invitation. This one was, they sent a text, said we got spaces, ring if you want to book one in, so I did. So yeah. And Izzy's is tomorrow, yay! After all that effort, she just went as a civilian in the end. From what I gather about this storm, it hasn't really picked up full pace yet. This is Storm Barra today, by the way. I wasn't quite sure how to pronounce that. I was calling it Barra. I think that might have been a bit Welshy. Ooh, that looks like a big puddle ahead. No, it's not. It's running water and it's shallow. I can get through that. So, yeah, what I was saying is this is not really picked up full pace yet. We're about 10:30 in the morning. But I think really later is when it's going to really pick up, about 11, and the winds are going to be in excess of 40 miles an hour then, so I really probably should try and get the train back instead of walking. But you know me, I like a walk, especially when it's all interesting, but whether it's safe and interesting I don't know, because obviously don't want to be hit on the head by a flying wheelie bin. Anyway, I shall proceed. 10 minutes or so later and the vaccine centre is in sight, which is good because I did have a little panic moment there and thought maybe it's further along than I remembered, but I think I'm going to be in good time, so it's okay. Very nearly there now, just walking up the drive as it were. My legs are absolutely soaking from sort of where my coat ends really, and they're heavy and they're sticking against my legs, and as the wind blows they're literally painful with the cold. So as long as the wind doesn't blow on, and now I've actually turned up here, it's not as bad because I had the wind full face on before, but it's on the side now, so it's not anywhere near as bad as it was a second ago. That's my tassel off my cow hat boinging around, by the way. Right. Oh, my normal shortcut is very muddy. It's looking like that. Right, I'm going to go up the side. Now, filming is definitely not allowed in the vaccine centre, so I'm going to have to speak to you when I'm done. I'm done. I'm just doing the weight, filming this on my phone quickly. Look how much stuff I've got with me. It's all my layers. It's cold out there. I had the Moderna this time. I had Pfizer the last 2 times. I decided to walk. Just trying to get past the puddles on the road without getting completely splashed, that's the thing. Because I've got my cameras in there, I don't want to have a tidal wave come up. Well, the thing is, it was an hour nearly to wait for the train. Okay, I think the storm is just like, it wasn't like this a minute ago. I'm going to go and wait in the this train shelter now, I think, because there is one coming up, and I'll just wait. Oh, blinking heck. My feet have just, my shoes were wet. Now they are just within seconds of that starting. They are completely swamped in water. It's all sloshing around. It's like, it feels all squishy. I mean, it's kind of pleasant, but kind of not. It's gone to hail. It's all crunching under my feet as I walk. So the feet are feeling very curious indeed, because we've got the slosh and the crunch. The slosh all around it, sort of embalming them with slosh, but then a crunch under the sole. Oh no, my cameras! We've got a little slurry of hail washing down the road now into a newly formed river. Oh, I'm going away from the road a bit. Oh man, it's like a bog. Why did I think it was not a good idea to wait an hour for the train? Oh my goodness. What am I like? I'm so impatient, that's what it is. I'd rather get free exercise than stand still for... Oh, look. It's all like, that's a drain under there. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off for a bit and concentrate. State of my legs, that's not the colour of my jeans, that's wet. I'm glad I hemmed them, you know, to make them a bit shorter. Oh wow. Got a little bit of a river to jump over here. I mean, I don't know why I'm bothering. I might as well just walk through it, because I can't get any wetter in the leg department and foot department just now. I suppose darting across the road when it's so icy like this is not the best idea. Right. Oh, good grief. Right, I'm nearly at the train station. There's no point in rushing, obviously, because I've got quite a long wait. Look, the rainwater's formed little rivulets through the hail. Isn't that interesting? Well, I think it's fascinating, you know. There we've got this lovely brown colour merging. I think that's mud. Well, it's certainly stimulating, you know, if nothing else. It's been quite a boring kind of 2 years, so you've got to make the most of any excitement that comes in your direction, really, haven't you? I've reached the train platform. There's only 20 minutes to wait now, because I've walked for quite a big, considerable proportion already. Oh goodness. Dry. Thank you. Well, I got my big camera out, so I was going to zoom in on the notification board over there. And I forgot the SD card, so I carried it all these miles, a heavy great lump, and risked getting it wet. It's ever so slightly damp in its little chamber. Severe delays and cancellations due to Storm Barra. Please check before travel. I misread that. There wasn't a please, it just said check. Well, I did. But these aren't late anyway. This is on time, so good. Yay. 15 minutes more to wait. Ironically, it's barely raining at all now, or hailing. But I'm not moving. I'm staying put, and I'm just gonna get on a nice warm train, I think. I just got on my train, and see how wet this mask is? I don't know if you can see how wet this mask is. It's wringing wet. Well, the one I have on is just as wet. I took my glasses off. They were just... Yeah, I'm only going one stop anyway. This was a good idea, I think. Oh, what a traumatic end to my walk that was. I'm soaked through. Oh. Well, the river's filled up a bit since I walked past here earlier. That was much lower and less brown. Not now though. I'm home. I'm traumatised. I'll put that up properly to dry in a minute. Heating is going on. I have got some shoes to dry on the radiators. Oh, my pressure's... Oh, I'm gonna have to top that pressure up a minute. That shouldn't have happened. I had that service the other day. The feet are just beyond a joke. They are so wet. I feel like I've had them in 2 little mini swimming pools, sloshing around in there. I'm going to sort my heating out, and then I'm going to get all the wet stuff off and replace it with lovely, dry, warm stuff, and then make a hot drink. And then welcome to tonight's vlog, because obviously haven't done it yet, because I've been having a vaccine. So I just got into my pyjamas, basically. I wanted comfort. I may or may not leave the house again today, we'll see. I am reheating yesterday's egg fried rice because I realised I was really hungry after all that walking, actually. I've zhushed it up a bit with some lemon, chilli and soy sauce, and I've also randomly, and this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, I've added a tin of sliced mushrooms because it just didn't quite look enough. It's the evening already. I had a very peaceful afternoon. I'll tell you about that in a minute, but I'm cooking weird stuff because it's just me. It was going to be me and my boyfriend, so I defrosted 3 bits of salmon because he tends to be hungrier than me, so I was going to have 3 bits between the 2 of us, but he's not coming now, so I'm just eating it. And I have leftover rice that's been in the fridge, so I'm going to add that in with it somehow or another. My very peaceful afternoon has involved editing this because I thought my boyfriend was coming over, so I went to edit it so I could spend time with him this evening, but then he changed his plan. He's coming another day instead. But then I was already into the flow of editing, so I just continued, and then after that I just thought, do you know what, I feel like a rest. So I had a rest for ages, and I watched loads of videos in bed and drank tea and ate crisps and also skeleton fingers. Well, they're white chocolate fingers. I bought them for Izzy and her friend when they came over at the weekend. They watched a movie on Sunday when I wasn't vlogging, but they came with their own snacks, so they didn't eat these, so I rather enjoyed those. And then in the early evening I decided to start buying things on Amazon, presents for family and friends, and I have now got everything for Izzy, I think, well, at least ordered anyway, so I don't need to purchase anything else for my little darling. I'm not quite sure about everybody else. Been researching about this spare fridge, but I'm drawing blanks. You see a lot of the mini fridges that are around the £40 mark, they have little carry handles and they don't fit much in, but they would fit the medication in. But they're heaters as well. Like, there's a hot button to press that can heat it up to the heat of a hot drink. And can you imagine if I accidentally press that button? So I'm like, I really don't want to buy that. And oh, the ones that are fridges, like, they've got these little mini ones for insulin and stuff, but they're like over £100 and they're tiny. Oh, I don't know. So I don't know, but I think what I might do is actually contact the medication company because they've got a helpline and just ask them if they could recommend something specific. And I'll know I'm safe then. But I did order myself a new digital thermometer for the fridge, so I can go back to being obsessed about the temperature of it. This fish is looking distinctly odd. I've never ever known it to do that before. I expect it'll be fine. How am I after my vaccine, you may be wondering? The answer is I'm fine, but the arm is aching now at the top. I just suddenly noticed when I came downstairs, it kind of a few hours ago, I could sort of feel the start of the early beginnings of it, but yeah, it's full on now, so I'm glad I'm not rehearsing and playing flute this evening, which I probably would have been if I had not had the jab today. And the storm has been on and off, really. It's either been not noticeable at all from inside my house or lashing against the windows ferociously, but stopping as soon as I tried to get the camera out, basically, every time. So yeah. Hasn't really come to much. I think I had the full brunt of it while I was out, so oh well. I am going to end today's vlog because I haven't got much else going on, but if you've enjoyed it, could you hit the like button? It really helps the channel to grow and I really appreciate that. If you're new here and would like to follow more of my story here in South Wales, do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Which is good because I did... Oh, there's a raindrop, hang on.